Welcome back to Fully Planted. Today I want to talk about whether you should buy a car at auction. And the reason I want to cover this topic is if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I have an SLK 55 AMG. And I mentioned in one of those videos that I kind of accidentally bought that car at an auction. It was a BCA auction. And if you're not familiar what BCA auctions are, is the British car auctions. They are the main auctions in the UK for cars. And what they do is they supply the trade with cars. So if you part-ex your car at a main dealer, they don't go on and sell it to someone else and put it on their own forecourt to be able to sell it to a new customer, especially if it's a different manufacturer of car. They don't try and get deals or anything like that. They just ship it off to auction and just get what they can for it. And then at that auction, you'll have the trade to go and buy it. And usually it is the smaller independent garages that buy them. So if you see a random garage on a street corner and they're just independent, the likelihood is they bought those cars at auction. They buy it for a couple of grand under market value. They hope there's nothing wrong with them. If there is, they'll fix it if they can. They'll fix all the paintwork or refurb the alloys. If it needs anything doing to it to make it look better, to make it run better, they fix all of that and then they sell it to you for profit. It's not really designed for people like me to go along and buy a car. But what happened is, I wanted a Mercedes SLK AMG. It was the start of June last year and I was desperate for this car. And summer was running out. No one was selling a decent one. All of them for sale had problems or they were just tatty. It was just not going to be a good buy. And I couldn't find one all summer. Time was running out. I wanted a black one. I wanted one with the wheels that my car has. And if you want to know more about the car that I went on to buy, then I will link that down below and I'll put it above here, either one side or the other. I can't remember what side it is, but you can go and watch that and find out more about that car. But I wanted a black one, multi-spokes, Harman Kardon sound system, and I couldn't find one. And time was running out. It got to July, got to mid-July, and it was like the final week in July. I looked at the British Car Auctions website and saw one for sale, and I thought, this is a crazy idea, but I'm gonna go down and have a look. And I had a look at this car and it was perfect. The paintwork was perfect. Normally they look horrendous. They're not well looked after cars that go into auctions, but this one was perfect. It looked like it came straight out of the dealer when they bought it new. It was crazy. I looked at all the panel gaps, I made sure the paint matched, and I had a look underneath it. I couldn't see anything wrong with this car. So I thought, I'm going to bid for it. I said, my budget is £13,000. I'm going to bid for this car. So I hung around and I saw it start up and it started. It sounded incredible. Again, if you watch that video, you know how good this car sounds. And the roof didn't work. So I opened up the boot and I managed to fix a clip in the back to get the roof to work. And then off it went into the auction room and I ran after the car to get to the auction room to bid for my £13,000 budget. And the bidding started around £10,000. That was higher than I was expecting. We Buy Any Car said this car was worth like £9,000. That's where I was expecting it to go to. And people just bid and bid and bid. I hadn't even got my bid in yet and it got to about 11,000. I bid 11,500. I got outbid to 12. I bid to 12,500. It went to 13,000. That was my budget. And I thought, you know what? For 500 quid, let's go again. 13,500 I bid for it. I got outbid to 14. I thought, that's the end of it. And I decided just to have, and I lost my head. This is why you shouldn't go to auctions, because you need to be able to keep your head. I'm sure you've been bidding for things on eBay before and you just want to win it. You've even thought of yourself actually having this item or this car or whatever you're buying. So you just want it now. And I thought, I don't want to have to wait 12 months to be able to find another one. I want to experience this car now and it's worth the extra money to me. So I bid £14,500 and I won it. Now, that is crazy. And to answer the question, should you buy a car at a British car auction? The answer is no. Because one, I had no idea if this car even got out of first gear. It might have not even been able to reverse. The roof might have been permanently broken and I would have to spend like $2,000 to get it fixed. It might not even drive straight. Yes, they do inspections, but they are very much just cosmetic inspections. They don't drive the cars to make sure they drive straight or anything like that. So you are firstly taking a huge gamble to make sure that this is a car that actually works. If you buy a car from a dealer or even privately, at least you can go out in the car and see that it actually drives properly. I couldn't. The second thing is the fees. So yes, I paid £14,500 for the car. The fees on top of that were £850. Now, that's £850 just for people like you and me. For the trade, then it is about half that because they get membership. So it's about £400 because they pay for an annual membership. But obviously if you're buying one car every 3 years, that's pointless for you. You'll end up losing money. So not only can you not drive the car, you have to pay 850 quid on top of it. So you're taking a huge risk, and nor are you really getting a bargain because any savings that you make end up going into those fees. So you don't really save that much money either, and you can't drive the car. So the answer is no. Unless a special car comes up where you know that you're getting a price where even something is wrong with it, you can then fix it because you're getting such a good price. That makes sense, but that's a very rare occasion. Where you really should be buying cars is one, eBay auctions. eBay auctions are fine because you can go and visit the seller, see the car, check it out, go for a drive in the car, and then go home and bid for it. There's no fees on top, and I think that is absolutely fine. The downside to that is there's just not many cars that come up for auction that are any good on eBay. If you do find a good one, awesome. Probably just a motivated seller who needs the money. However, most cars that go for auction on eBay, by the looks of it, always have something wrong with them and they just want to get rid of them quickly because no one else will buy them. Another place is, this is an auction, but just go and buy privately and make offers. Go on to We Buy Any Car, and I will do a video in the future on how to make offers and negotiate privately on cars to get the best deal possible. So if you want a video like that, then I'll do that in the next couple of weeks. So do subscribe if you want to see that video. But what you want to do is go on to We Buy Any Car and see what they've been offered, Part X, or what they'd be considering letting it go for, and just offer them like £500 to £1,000 above that, and they'll accept it. Because most people, they've bought their new car and they just want rid of their old car. They might have finance on the car, they just want rid of it and get that finance paid off. So that is how essentially you get the best deal, but I can go into more detail in another video. And the third one is collecting cars. If you've never heard of it, it's an auction site for interesting cars. Sometimes I go on there even when I'm not interested in buying a car because they have so many good cars on there. The chances are I'll sell my car through there, and also I'll probably buy my next car through there because they have such good cars and their fees are only around 6%. So I highly recommend that website as well. And that is a fantastic website. I'll link it below. Go check it out because it is a great place to buy your next car. Again, you can test drive cars. It is like buying from a dealer, but via auction. So that is the way where you can save money and buy properly at auction and get good savings without going for the main trade routes like BCA. Hope you found this video useful. If you have, drop it a like. If you want to see more videos like this on tech, cars, business, general wealth questions, then subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.